Hello, my name is Tracy Rogers, and this is On the Couch, a weekly series where we talk about a range of issues impacting our mental health. Today we have Michele and Melissa Matthews, and their program is called More Girls Global, and it's a program specifically geared at working with adolescent girls around money. And in Trinidad and Tobago, we don't usually talk about money. There are all sorts of issues with money. There are lots of issues with money and mental health. So I want to start by asking why this program. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Okay, well, we do have a focus on money, but we are teaching the girls entrepreneurship, right? The basis of the program is to teach them self-confidence, self-advocacy, and jump in here.
To provide a safe space for girls to be their authentic self, and we're using entrepreneurship as the platform to do that.
Right, and to be a successful business owner, you do have to know how to work with money. And so we delve into that with the girls in terms of their attitudes towards money, what they're told about money at home, how money impacts their lives, which we really just started building that into the curriculum for this new set of pilots.
Right.
How old are the girls?
8 to 16 years
Wow,
old.
lovely.
We're starting really young.
Yes.
We want to get to them before society has had a chance to beat them down too much.
So let's talk a little bit about, and we're 3 women, let's talk about some of the messages that we send girls around money. And you started off by saying that you're talking about the attitudes towards money. So what are some of the things that you have observed?
Well, I think they are experiencing the same things that we experience, but at a more rapid pace, right? Because they have the internet, and on top of their parents telling them, money doesn't grow on trees. They see all these celebrities flamming and all this stuff they probably didn't pay for, and they're like, I can never afford that. So there's a lot of, especially when you're working with girls who come from lower income homes, there is a lot of shame around money or the lack thereof. There is a lot of desire for money, but not knowing what having money actually means.
Yeah. And I know for many girls, we're socialized to think that your role is to grow up to be a good wife.
Right.
And to be a caretaker. And maybe money isn't an emphasis.
Exactly. Money is the man's responsibility. But I have actually more seen a desire, not so for money, but a desire for material things. I don't always see in the young girls that we are dealing with the connection between money and the material things that they want. Mm-hmm. And so with that disconnect, you have people like, if Sarah can have that, I can have it too, by any means necessary.
Yes.
Right?
And then we know that it's easy for girls to be exploited. I mean, boys can be exploited too, so certainly we're not comparing the levels how they're exploited, but the
use of material things
can be easily exploited.
Right. I mean, we've all heard the story of the girl who goes to school. Next thing you know, she's running around with the maxi man, and it's like, why the maxi man?
Yeah.
And whatever, because he has money, and because he bought me a fancy purse, or he picks me up from school, and he takes me,
or he could buy me a box of Deb.
Oh God.
So our phone card.
Nobody's
So there's a
child
way
is
it
out
gets.
there running with no maxi man for a box a day.
But there's a way in which that money becomes control, that money becomes, and a young girl could easily find herself in a position where she's exploited and dependent on somebody else. And sometimes because you haven't been socialized to think that you can earn your own money.
It also happens inadvertently, right? So let's say that same girl who's run off with the maxi man ends up pregnant. Now you are a teenager, you have no means of earning money, you don't really understand what it means to be a parent, and there is someone in that situation that has money. So you are now by default dependent on them or on your parents.
Absolutely.
To mind this child So it breeds a...
I think you're making it really clear that it's not just about money, but it's about way more than that. Our attitudes, our practices, how it sets us up to think, manage feelings, and therefore manage behavior. So I think this is a good place for us to stop. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about this program specifically, and then what are the things that we hope to teach young girls when they come out of this program. Yeah,
great.
We're talking to Melissa and Michele Matthews, and we will be back to discuss this more. Thank you so much for joining us.